Well, I'm going to do my little hand rubbing thing. Just to center myself. All right. Oh, I thought we lost somebody, but we didn't. Okay, well, I did not write a poem this week, so I have nothing new to read. So I'm going to read a few from one of my books and then do some other things. This one's called Simple. Cat has plunked himself down on my poem. Now I need to get myself a new, clean, white piece of paper. Well, he meditates on the first one. He already has a serene mind. Of course, like us, he can get crazy, like when the neighbor cat jumps onto the fence and he feels threatened. But now he's purring under the heat of my lamp. I think I was exploring some complex ideas in that poem now lying under his fat black body. I think I like this simple one better, just relating what's happening now. The meaning being subtle like the smell of flowers in the wind, enigmatic like the expression of a cat, or the swish of a monk's ratty robe as he's hurrying to see the full moon. Yeah, well, here's one about the solstice, which is coming up pretty soon here. Solstice. It's the solstice, darkest night of the year. I'm thinking about metaphors of light and dark, but my mind becomes interested about why there are seasons. I remember the Earth spins on a tilted axis. As we revolve around the sun, latitudes get more or less sun. Was this some lucky accident? That's a question science can't answer. And what about gravity? Doesn't it still seem amazing we don't go flying off into space? Maybe it's no accident we sold our souls to science. Sitting in the garden, we'd be too content. But we live in a world with light and dark. Truth stands above. Somewhere in the subset between science and spirit, mystery exists. There we might see ourselves existing in a universe of magical laws. And here's another one about the solstice, a short one. It actually might be a haiku. I think it's got the right syllables. Longest night. The longest night comes. The panther prowls the dark jungle. Yellow eyes delight us. Waiting. A friend is telling me about all the things she wants to do. They are good and noble things, things that could help, but I couldn't help seeing they were a weight on her soul, an anchor preventing her from sailing to the promised shore. There is a kind of a kind of waiting that is holy, like a child looking at an unopened presents under the Christmas tree, like the waiting for a lost cat to return, the plaintive cry of the wolf waiting for a reply, a flower waiting for the bee, A heart opens in trust. The ability to do is given when the grasping hands become the open hands.
Hmm.
And here's one more called Delight. Once again, the red apricot leaves are falling. Another year passed. Yet in this moment, all the leaves are holding on. Perhaps they are laughing at the wind. When I'm falling off the tree, I hope to be twirling in delight. One more little one. Remember, the ground welcomes the fallen leaves in fall. People fall to earth and forget who they are. Leaves know they belong on the tree, but accept the time to fall. My thoughts scatter on the ground like leaves in a windstorm. Only when I look up at the sky, then I remember where I fell from.
Hmm.
I've
Very
read
nice.
poems from that book for a while. Okay, well, let's see. Now we got two poems from members of the group here. We got one from Brenda, one from Glenda, and one from Barbara. Let's see. I'll just read whichever
Read,
one comes up. Huh?
read Barbara's first.
Barbara's first? Okay, we'll do that. This is by Barbara Vivino. She's titled it Stinson Beach Poem. The fog cleared almost instantly as my feet touched Stinson sand. A soft, unexpected welcome, so unlike the gray curtain tumbling over the mountain behind me. My own fog lifted too, slipping quietly out of my mind, leaving me clear, grateful, open to whatever the day would gift. A sandpiper with only one brave leg stabbed at breakfast with bird fortitude,
Hmm.
whispering, "We can do it, we can do it," even when balance feels borrowed. Nearby, sand crabs scuttled in small constellations, reminding me of Bethany Beach and other soft corners of my past. Then another grace note. A man in white overalls threw driftwood for two delirious dogs. He told me he was from London, as if this stretch of California coast was the most natural place to confess it. But nothing was as strange or as sacred as the deer. A sudden apparition on the shoreline, running with his head high, a prance full of innocence, unaware that this was not his realm. And somehow, in its misplaced majesty, I saw myself, learning that I too can expand into unusual landscapes, walk on one leg or two, and still be vibrant, still be alive. Later on the trail, I found my friends at last. I thought I'd missed them, and we hiked together, easy and laughing. Yet I carried with me the quiet truth of my solitary morning, that I had also walked with my spirit guides, who meet me where fog lifts, where deer wander, where the ocean keeps teaching me that unusual occurrences are often small miracles in disguise. Beautiful, Barbara.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I
Yeah.
love the line, the ocean is teaching me. I like that. The ocean
Hmm.
is teaching me.
Yeah. Did you write that all at once, Barbara? Or maybe you can't. Well, she's saying thanks. She probably can't talk. She's driving. Yeah, that's great.
No, I wrote most of it that day, but then worked on it a little bit. It still needs some work, but thank you for appreciation.
Oh, yeah, it's
It
great.
was wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's go to Glenda's. She sent me one. There it is. Oh. She says this is a poem about addiction. Stone cold star. See that star in the western sky? The one with the twinkle of gold? I saw that star the night he died. It shines for him stone cold. No more, he'd say from the bottom, just before he started back up. And I'd hear him laugh and say, this time would be the very last bump on a road of dusty dreams and broken promises he never meant to keep. He'd wade into his river made of rocks, smile at every shining drop. I'd watch him as he'd slowly start to fade away like snow, never reaching back for me. He knew I wouldn't go, and he'd soar above the rain-filled clouds, filling his face, lifting his face, to touch the sun with arms outstretched. He'd kiss the eyes of God. I sat there with him and kissed his smiling face. My tears were mixed with rain. He'd worked so hard to climb above his dusty dreams, that final rest. No more promises left to break. And looked up at a sky of stars, only memories left to take. See that star in the western sky? The one with the twinkle of gold? I saw that star the night he died. It shines for him stone cold. Ooh.
You get me every time, Glenda.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, it's a powerful poem. I take it, I mean, that's not a recent poem, or is it?
No, it's about, it started out as a song. I wrote a song, and he put the music to it, and
Oh,
then when he died, I turned it into a poem.
oh, wow, amazing. Okay. Was the stone cold kind of like the refrain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Wow, very good.
Thank you.
You guys are writing some good poetry out there.
We have a good teacher.
I'll have to catch up to you guys. Let's see, we got a little bit of time. I'll read a few other poems here. Broke the binding in my book. This is by Anna Sphere. Thank you, my fate. Great humility fills me, great purity fills me. I make love with my dear, as if I made love dying, as if I made love praying. Tears pour over my arms and his arms. I don't know whether this is joy or sadness. I don't understand what I feel. I'm crying. It's humility, as if I were dead. Gratitude. I thank you, my fate. I'm unworthy. How beautiful my life. Here's another one, I think, by her. Okay. The second madrigal. A night of love, exquisite as a concert from old Venice, played on exquisite instruments, healthy as a buttock of a little angel, wise as an anthill, garish as air blown into a trumpet, abundant as the rain of a royal Negro couple seated on two thrones cast in gold. A night of love with you, a big Baroque battle, and two victories. Okay. I thought I'd read another Neruda. Some beasts. It was twilight of the iguana. From the rainbow arch of the battlements, his long tongue like a lance sank down in the green leaves, and a swarm of ants, monks with feet chanting, crawled off into the jungle. The guanaco, thin as oxygen in the wide peaks of cloud, went along, wearing his shoes of gold, while the llama opened his honest eyes on unbreakable neatness of a world full of dew. The monkeys braided a sexual thread that went on and on along the shores of the dawn, demolishing walls of pollen and startling the butterflies of Muzo into flying violets. It was the night of the alligators, the pure night crawling with snouts emerging from ooze and out of the sleepy marshes. The confused noise of scaly plates returned to the ground where they began. The jaguar brushed the leaves with a luminous absence. The puma runs through the branches like a forest fire, while the jungle's drunken eyes burned from inside him. The badgers scratch the river's feet, scenting the nest whose throbbing delicacy they attack with red teeth. And deep in the huge waters, the enormous anaconda lies, like the circle around the earth, covered with ceremonies of mud, devouring, religious. Wow. That guy's quite the wordsmith. Okay, let's see. Here's a little one by Kabir, who was an Indian poet. The Swan. Swan, I'd like you to tell me your whole story. Where you first appeared and what dark sand you are going toward. And where you sleep at night, what you are looking for. It's morning, Swan. Wake up, climb in the air, follow me. I know of a country that spiritual flatness does not control, nor constant depression. And those alive are not afraid to die. There wildflowers come up through the leafy floor, and the fragrance of I am he floats on the wind. There the bee of the heart stays deep inside the flower and cares for no other thing. Let's see one more by him. The Cloth. Why should I flail about with words when love has made the space inside me full of light? I know the diamond is wrapped in this cloth, so why should I open it all the time and look? When the pan was empty, it flew up. Now that it's full, why bother weighing it? The swan has flown to the mountain lake. Why bother with ditches and holes anymore? The Holy One lives inside you. Why open your other eyes at all? Kabir will tell you the truth. Listen, brother, the Gist, who makes my eyes so bright, has made love with me. Oh, here's one I've read before, but I like it. I don't know. It's by Galway Canal, Daybreak. On the tidal mud just before sunset, dozens of starfishes were creeping. It was as though the mud were a sky, and enormous imperfect stars moved across it as slowly as the actual stars cross heaven. All at once they stopped, and as if they had simply increased their receptivity to gravity. They sank down into the mud. They faded down into it and lay still, and by the time pink of sunset broke across them, they were as invisible as the true stars at daybreak. Let's see. One by Robert Creeley. As I was walking, I came upon chance walking the same road upon. As I sat down, no chance to move later. If, as I might, light the wood was light and green, and what I saw before I had not seen. It was a lady accompanied by goatmen leading her. Her hair held earth. Her eyes were dark. A double flute made her move. Oh, love, where are you leading me now? I think Julie had to go. It was nice that she was here for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a famous one by Rilke, maybe the most famous of his. I live my life in growing orbits that move out over the things of the world. Perhaps I can never achieve the last, but that will be my attempt. I am circling around God, around the ancient tower, and I have been circling for 1,000 years, and I still don't know if I'm a falcon or a storm or a great song. And one more by Rilke, A Walk. My eyes already touch the sunny hill, going far ahead of the road I have begun. So we are grasped by what we cannot grasp. It has this inner light even from a distance, and changes us even if we do not reach it, into something else which hardly senses it. We already are a gesture waves us on, answering our own wave. But what we feel is the wind in our faces. And we are now in Merry time. Okay. Open to that. Vultures. Like large, dark, lazy butterflies, they sweep over the glades, looking for death, to eat it, to make it vanish, to make of it the miracle resurrection. No one knows how many they are who daily minister so to the grassy miles. No one counts how many bodies they discover and descend to, demonstrating each time the earth's appetite, the unending waterfalls of change. No one, moreover, wants to ponder it, how it will be to feel the blood cool, shapeless, dissolve. Locked into the blaze of our bodies, we watch them, wheeling and drifting. We honor them, and we loathe them. Yep, that's not the end of the poem. However wise the doctrine, however magnificent the cycles, however ultimately sweet the huddle of death to feel those powerful wings. And here's a one called Rain in Ohio. The robin cries rain, the crow calls plunder, the black snake climbing in the vines halts its long ladder of muscle, while the thunderheads whirl up out of the white west, their dark hooves nicking the tall trees as they come. Rain, 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 sings the robin frantically, then flies for cover. The crow hunches, the black snake pours himself swift and heavy into the ground. Then This one's called Skunk Cabbage. And now, as the iron rinds over the ponds start dissolving, you come, dreaming of ferns and flowers, the new leaves unfolding upon the brash, turnip-hearted skunk cabbage, slinging his bunch leaves up through the chilly mud. You kneel beside it. The smell is lurid. It flows out in the most unabashed way, attracting into itself a continual splattering of protein. Appalling, its rough green caves, and the thought of the thick root nestled below, stubborn and powerful as instinct. But these are the woods you love, where the secret name of every death is life again, a miracle wrought, surely not of mere turning, but of dense and scalding reenactment. Not tenderness, not longing, but daring and brawn, pull down the frozen waterfall, the past. Ferns, leaves, flowers, the last subtle refinements, elegant and easeful, wait to rise and flourish. What blazes the trail is not necessarily pretty. And let's see. Got time for one more here. Blossom. In April, the ponds open like black blossoms. The moon swims in every one. There's fire everywhere, frogs shouting their desire, their satisfaction. What we know, what time chops at us all like an iron hoe. That death is a state of paralysis. What we long for, joy before death, nights in the swale. Everything else can wait, but not the thrust from the root of the body. What more? What we know, we are more than blood, we are more than our hunger, and yet we belong to the moon. And when the ponds open, when the burning begins, the most thoughtful among us dreams of hurrying down into the black petals, into the fire, into the night where time lies shattered into the body of another. All right, dear ones, I'm going to sign off for tonight.
Thank you, John.
Hope you have a good, nice, warm night and week. And great.
I really liked Barbara and Glenda's poems.
Thank you, Brenda.
And of course,
Thanks, Brenda. I loved your poem.
yeah, who doesn't like the last poet?
Mary Oliver. Yeah, of course. Okay.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. And
Next week will be Tuesday night because I have to do something Wednesday night.
Okay.
But I'll send a message out earlier.
Always good to know.
Okay. See you guys.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.